Alright guys, thanks for watching In the Shed with Red. Today we're going to be working on Toe and Camber for our 95 Club Car DS. And we changed the 3 tie rod ends in another video. You can see it on the page, and now I'm going to go over Toe and Camber. We got these tires and wheels put on yesterday. We rode it around the block, rode well. Let everything kind of settle in. I've gone through and tightened everything back down. Now we're going to adjust Toe and Camber. And I'm going to show you the poor man's way to do it. So first thing we're going to do is camber. Okay, camber follows off of these bolts down here. So you have a bolt on the outside and you have a bolt underneath inside the double A arm suspension. So what we need to do is adjust each of these to fit our angle. So let's show you how we're going to do that. I'm going to use a frame and square. I'm on my concrete block shop floor, and I've already adjusted this one, but we'll show you the other. So I set it up next to my tire, flat on my floor, and everybody's a little bit different on this. This suspension gives just a little bit when you press on, so I'm leaving, Reese, if you can show the daylight through there, I'm leaving roughly an eighth of an inch and give toe out. So whenever I set down on this, my suspension is going to shift once I make 1 or 2 turns. So let's do the other side. This side's just a little bit wider right now, and not much at all, but just a little bit wider. And you can get technical and you can do measurements on it. I'm eyeballing this one for now because we're going to take it out, we're going to run it again, and then we'll come back and readjust. And we don't have to move this one much at all. So let's show you what we have to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is loosen my outer nut just enough that I can make my adjustments. And this is an 11/16 if you have one. For whatever reason, I do not have one. So it's enough that I can take a few turns off. It's free now. I know that I only want to go 1 or 2 turns on this, and so I'm going to come underneath my 11/16. And I'm just going to tighten her down. Because I want to push my toe out. And I'll go until I meet resistance. And so I'm happy where I am there. And let's see if I did it correctly. I did not, because my gap is actually wider now. So I wanted my toe to go out, and instead I brought my toe in. So what I'm going to do is reverse that. Rookie mistake, shooting a video, trying to talk too fast and do it. So let's do it the right way. So we're loosened out right here already. And I'm going to bring her out. The problem I have now is I've lost my count as to how many turns I could use. But what I can do is I can count on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And kind of see how close I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Back down. And then we tighten this in, our outer nut back down. Which is easier said than done. If you have an 11/16, it would be a lot easier. But I don't. The other thing you can do is turn the wheel. You got a little more room to play. And then we'll straighten it back up and measure. So we're towing out and tightening my outer nut up, and it's pushing the bottom of my suspension, towing out, which is what I want. And it's getting snug. Bring it down. Good. Straighten our wheel. Let's see where we are. about 1/8 of an inch. So honestly, I'm happy with that. That's toe. Well, that's camber. So we'll do the toe in and toe out here in just a minute. All right, poor man's way to do toe. I've taken a piece of sidewalk chalk and I make a mark on the center mark on each part. It doesn't matter whether or not I make a mark anywhere on the tire. The point is that I consistently measure. So from the front, I want to be about 1/8 of an inch less than what I'm going to be whenever I roll the tires into the back. So I'm making my mark, and I see that I am 35 5/8 on toe for there. And so I'm going to roll it to the rear. So my cart doesn't roll away. And bring it to the rear. And this is where it's helpful to have somebody on the other side. Reese is going to get on that side. She's going to place me on that mark. So you can show it, Reese. You got it? Mm-hmm. And I see that I am at 38. So I went from 35 5/8 to 38. So I'm way wide in the rear. And I need to bring that down. And the way we do that is with our tie rod. You can let go of it. So, when we did our tie rod ends earlier, we didn't make our adjustments, but we're going to now. And I can tell just by looking, this tire seems to be more on the inner aspect, so we're going to make our adjustment there. Come over here, bud. So I'm going to loosen my screws to the max on each side. Just stay right there. And I'll do the same on this side. And then I'll begin to tighten this down. And it's just a hand tight. And when I do this, it actually tightens both sides because the opposite tie rod is counter thread from the passenger to the driver's side. So I got about 1 inch to make each way. So we will measure again, Reese. Go to the other side. So if I'm down to about 37, I'm happy right now. We'll readjust. We're right in the center. Mm-hmm. And I'm at 37 1/4, so I'm going to adjust just a little bit more. Hang where you are, though. Alright, so get back in the center. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So I'm a 37 on my mark. Alright, so we're going to roll it forward. Let go. We're going to roll it forward, bring our marks back to the front, and back to the front, Reese. And we'll make our measurement here. So right in the center. I'm at 36 1/2, so I need to go just a little bit more. Still at 36 1/2. Actually, no, I'm at 36 3/4. Roll back one more time. Let's measure the back. We're at 36 3/4. All right, and let go. Come back around, back. Come back to the front. All right, so I'm going to back off 2 turns. 2, and then right here, you can look. I'll tighten my bolt down on each side. Do the same on the opposite side. Tighten it down. We'll drive it for a little while. Come back and we'll remeasure and see what our toe looks like. Thanks for watching In the Shed with Red.